Oh my gosh. Just a bit sagacious. I was talking away, saying hello, sagacious and JD, and I hadn't added myself onto the stream. I didn't add myself on the stream. I just hit the live button. Oh my god. Hey, hey Bones, sagacious JD. Hey Kim D. I tell you, I'm not responsible enough to run a StreamYard. I was talking for a good few minutes there. Wasn't getting any interaction, but yeah, still Ron McGubb. Hey, Jane Perry. Hope everybody's okay. Has it been a bit quiet around the streets today? I've caught bits and bobs, and there's been a bit of a drama. I know that there is a couple of lives. Hey, Debs and PA. And Jane Covo. And Snow Remover. Hello and welcome. Yeah, it's been a bit full-on drama, and there's Big D in the house, Big Dave, Julianne Jackson. Hold on, I turn down this phone. Hold on. Maybe, hopefully now, we're hoping, hey, Craftastic and 71K JC. Try to say that quick. But I'd scheduled the live, and I thought I'm going to go live anyway. Hey, Loki's mom. Happy Sunday to you. And Kim Bissett. I think we have a couple of Kims in the house. I said hello, Craftastic. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, hopefully CJ will be joining us. Hey, grannies watching. Are you reading? I had popped into your chat and said that I knew that you were finishing up and that I was going live in 10 minutes. We might have CJ with us, but then again, we might not. Depending what her and G are doing. Hey, Tilly, but it's good to see us. Love a read. Hey, Angela, Kells Bells, Penny for your thoughts. Tara with Trisha. Hey, girl. Trisha, do you think that's a good intro? I just kind of put that together, but I should have maybe spent a wee bit more time. I had been doing other people's intro, but didn't really get round. But it's good to see us all on this lovely Sunday. Is Two Scooter in here? Two Scooter. She is. I called her out the last week and she wasn't even in here. I don't know whether you had seen my clip that I made regarding Mrb and the CPS. Now, I've had a few comments back. I made it because not only for Mrb, but for the other people, like Granny, like other people in this community that have been targeted with false allegations and the CPS. It's wrong. Hey, Dave G. Do I actually know what all went down? No, I don't. Do I believe it? Yeah, I actually do, because we've seen it all happening on here before. And I will say this, leave the children out of it. Because every time somebody contacts CPS, that's taking valuable resources away that we desperately need. In America, there's 500 children die in their own homes by their caregivers every year. Hey, Irvin. So if you're having a fight on the internet or on here, keep it on here. Go back and forth. Don't pick up that phone and phone CPS or social services. It's not right. I think we all know it's not right. So that video was actually about everyone. It was Mrb had the 2 calls, but there's many others in this community has had calls on them with fake allegations. The trauma that brings to the children involved, been having to been spoken to. I didn't agree with it when it happened to Dorothy, and I still don't agree with it. It's just not right. Who's blocked? I don't think anybody's blocked yet. Yeah, look, his mum. They are overwhelmed. And that's at the end of my video, I put up some pictures of just a very, very tiny, minute children that have died at the hands of their parents. Oh, yeah, Angela. Now, if you think a child is in danger, yeah, absolutely pick up that phone call. Pick up that phone, make that call. But we know the instances that, like Mrb, no, her children are loved, they're adored. And she's had 2 calls. Granny's had false allegations made against her. People making fake calls to the house. It's wrong. Hey, Tammy McD. Welcome, everybody. I hope I haven't missed anybody out. Hey, Christine W. It is JD. Phoning our social services to be vindictive over a grievance on YouTube. Really? Is this what we're left with? Hey, Remy. I just think it's very, very sad. And it's wrong. Hey, Chloe Joe. Bones, I did say hello to you. I hope I did. Yeah, that's... Where are you, Granny's watching? Right, where are you? It's absolutely disgusting. You may not like someone as a creator, but you don't know them as a mother. 100%. And Mrb seems like a great mom. She is a great mom. You would just know that. She's 5 children. 3 of them older. 2 younger. I think she knows what she's doing. I think we all do as mothers. But this is the problem. It keeps getting brought on here and used against us. But every time they do that, they're using, hey, Delaney and Barb, my lovely Barb, they're using the resources that are so desperately needed. Yeah, Coco, exactly. Because what has to happen is the child gets sat down. They either go to the school, which is normal. They do go to the school. And they're interviewed. Can you imagine being interviewed as a, 10, 12-year-old? Yeah, I agree, Granny. They need to mind their own homes and their own business. I know, too, Scooter, absolutely. Of course, you would know Carolyn is a good mom and she brings up her children well. Hey, Dippity Doodah. And I also get that people fight on here. We argue, we go back and forth. But keep it to that. Don't bring our children into it. That's what I was saying earlier to Sagacious. If anyone brought up my children or brought my children into this shit, or my 2 little grandsons, oh my gosh, I don't know what I would do. That's why I don't speak on them. Because I know what a shit bloody place this is. I would love to be able to sit down and tell you and show you pictures of my grandsons. Because I'm so proud of them. And, tell you things that they've done, places where we've went. But I can't do that. Because it'll be used against me. I can't speak about my 4 children, how proud I am of them. Because it would be used against me. I had to tell them, even though I don't have any social media accounts, that I'm on YouTube. They don't understand it. Oh, Welch. Oh, Welch, I'm so sorry. I'm so, so sorry. Oh, my goodness. You see, oh, that's real life. This is real life. Not this YouTube shit. Hey, Irvin. Which I'm so sorry. It's just too bad. It really is. Oh, prayers and thoughts with everyone at this time. Much. I don't actually know what to say, but I am so sorry. It's crazy. Everything's crazy at the minute. Oh, Barb, two scooters meant to be your mum? I don't think so. I think these two ladies are much the same age. Oh, what are you making 71? Homemade what? Right, well, there is something I want to talk about. Now, and I will give what I think of all this that's been going on with what's happened yesterday and today. I understand that Gold Star Mum, who I haven't, well, we did have one issue that we resolved, and it was a misunderstanding. That's grand. And I wish her all the very best with her channel. But something happened yesterday, and she was on a live today. I've only caught very, hey, Laura Lulu, small bits of this. But I have the understanding that if we are seen in Jess's chat, hi, Serena, that will be blocked. Hey, Black Cat. So now, Granny's apologised for what she said. And I respect Gold Star that you have a right to accept that apology or refuse it. But I'm going to tell you how I feel about this. I will be going into Jess's chat. I do support Jess. So you can go ahead and block me, and I respect that, and I understand that, and I'm okay with being blocked. I'm honestly okay with it. With what's happened today, and I'm going to say something here, and I hate using this, selective outrage. I hate it because it's like the new, before what was it? Everybody was a narcissist. Well, now it's a selective outrage. Hey, Jude, how are you? I actually know that, Granny, and I will say that if I thought for a minute that you even done that, and I do want to, I'm not making excuses. Jess is her own person and she can speak for herself, which I'm sure she has. And she has offered you an apology. And it's up to you whether you want to accept it. I get it. I get it, right? That's none of my business. And you have a right to have whoever you want in your chat. So anybody that's in Granny's chat, or probably my chat, will be blocked. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I respect that. Now, I found over my time on YouTube that, like, I understand where you're coming from and you've boundaries. I also have boundaries. And I've also morals. I did have an issue with someone saying some horrendous things on here lately. Now, obviously, yourself didn't. I'm not sure, right? And I would not. For me, I'm just not going. I'd let people go where they want. They can do what they want. Look, it's an open platform, and we can, as channel holders, because I am a channel holder, creator, whatever, to say what I want in my own channel. But there is a lot of selective outrage here. That's what I'm saying. Hey, there's Fairy. I do support Barb, and I support Granny, and I support CJ. I support quite a few. The people that I don't support, I just don't go into their chat. As I say, I certainly won't be saying anything negative about you. But as you said on your own panel, Gold Star, that obviously people's opinions is not your opinions. And that's the same with my chat. If they want to chat about it back and forth, they're more than welcome. Hey, JMD, good to see you. But that's where I am. I'm not going to make excuses for anyone. But if I thought for 1 minute that Jess meant that maliciously, I know she didn't. I actually had to go and look up what Gold Star Mum was. And I respect you being a Gold Star Mum. And I'm awful sorry for your loss. But I won't speak on you. Absolutely not. And I won't say anything bad about you. And I understand that there is going to be a lot of chanting, you know, in my chat tonight about it. And that's fine. That's okay. Were you, Laura Lily? Hey, Ecto. I didn't know. I honestly didn't know. I did look it up. I did go and look it up. I'm Irish, but even some American people hadn't a clue what it was about. Barb, I just don't understand it. Barb's about probably the most non-confrontational person I know. And I thought maybe that you could work it out, but obviously that doesn't seem to be. But I'm okay with being a Blackfish. That's okay. I like Barb and I like Granny. I've got to know Granny over the last few months, and I like her chat, and I enjoy her channel, and I've only been honest. But I also respect what you're saying. If you don't want me in there because of that, that's fine. I get it. I absolutely get it. There was some horrendous things said last week about another creator's child, and that's her child, regardless if she's 10, 20, 30. Yeah, I didn't agree with that. Absolutely not. Like, you were okay with it. That's grand. I'm not going to judge you on that. That's not what I am. Who am I to judge anybody? I'm not going to judge people. Remy. Yep. And there was also something pretty awful said yesterday as well. Granny, they can't look. Anybody that's listened to you for a while, you know, I know you didn't mean it that way. I'm not going to make excuses for you. You've apologized for what you've said. It is a learning curve when you start a channel. I've been here 9 months. Now, I've been here from 2018. Yes, I get that, Chloe, of course. And that's why I'm saying I respect her choice to block anyone that goes into Granny's. That's her choice. It's her channel. I'm not going to say anything about her. I'm not going to say anything about the woman. We had one misunderstanding. We sorted it out. And yeah, it's sad that we're all now in this situation. And Sagacious, you're a Blackfish as well. But I think what's happening now is that there's very much two sides to this. You know, we're going to be, it's either that side or this side. What side are you going to be? I always wanted to go wherever I wanted. Pop in, say hello, have a chat, but that's obviously not going to happen now. Well, Barb, you know, I'm a bit the same. Look, my channel is probably not the most exciting in the world. I'm a clip channel. People don't like clip channels. Hey, Leslie, my friend. But that's fine. I certainly learnt my lesson by aligning with one creator, and I promised I'd never do that again, and I haven't. And I've went my own way. Oh, Leslie, you've missed a lot of drama today. I'm kind of just catching up on it. But as we know, there's always drama on here, isn't there? I mean, we've all said things in the heat of the moment. I have, and I've been called out on them. Yeah, I know, Angela. We're the devil. Yeah. It's a good thing we don't really give a shit. I'll clip away. I'm actually not even clipping as much now because it seems to be the same old stuff on repeat. I know your apology was genuine, Granny, because otherwise you wouldn't have made it. And that's one thing I will say about you, and I know. Hey, Barnes. Leslie, I want to apologise when I heard that. I didn't listen to it all, but it was bad. Leslie has got it bad on here too. It's just the same old shit. You're right, Bones. Eat, sleep, and repeat. That is the lovely Leslie, Granny. And this has been going on from 2019. And everything is brought back. You know, let's be honest, this will be, you know, anything that we've done 3 years ago, it's all brought back up and brought back up. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And they keep bringing children into it and grandchildren into it. Leave our children out of it. Please. I know that, Leslie. I know that. It's been tough. Please give me a thumbs up. That's all I ask. It's a free way to support me. Even give me a thumbs down. Oh, you were ticked off, Angela. I don't think there's anybody on here that hasn't got a dragon somewhere. But if I'm going to give anybody any advice, don't align yourself to one creator. Because you're putting yourself into a corner. And yeah, that's not good. Hey, Helen Wills. I don't, Delaney. I don't. I didn't monetize. I do have a full-time job that I went back to. I could monetize, absolutely. But I'm quite happy to, I think people that monetize, if they're doing this as a full-time job and want to come on, and it's a hard work, I'm not going to lie, it's hard work for the people that do this for their career. I can't do that. I just can't do that. And I'm under no, like, I don't have to go live every day or every other day or do things for my members. So I'm quite happy. But I do have a PayPal or a Cash App that I do drop throughout the stream. And if anybody wants to drop something in there, I'd be more than happy. And I admire anybody that decides to do this as a full-time job. Have children. You can be there for your children, but you're not at a 9-to-5 job. I mean, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, if there's this option, lots of people would have done this. If this had been about when I had kids, of course I would have done something like this. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. You can be there for your children. So don't put down people, mums that do this full time, because I think it's great. I really, really do. That was just the hubby there came in. And my dog. Yes, Jasper, what's wrong, son? My big rescue dog, he never leaves me. Ecto, you know, I didn't think I would want, I was on here 3 years before I started a channel, and I'm actually glad I did, because, yeah. And people that start a channel, they do make, there's a few slip-ups, but you learn. Very good too, Scooter. You see, also being a clip channel, probably wouldn't get any revenue, because we use, I always get a content ID strike. Doesn't affect my channel, but I wouldn't get any money from those videos because I'm using other people's content, plus I'm using music. So it's not really worth it. And I'm under no pressure. If I want to go live, I can go live. And if I don't have to. But if you're doing this and you're not a clip channel, I think it's a great way to earn extra money. You can, Leslie. Leslie, you blew up. Leslie Johnny Depp. She got millions of views. But Leslie, you didn't get very much money for doing it. £100, $100. That's not a lot. And that was a lot of views, millions of views. And Rod, I'm glad to see you're back, girl. But JD, the thing is, I can understand if you're going to make this, I have a job. This is only really a hobby to me, right? If I didn't want to go live for 2 weeks, for all you would get, Jess knows what you have to put into it. She makes maybe a wee bit, a good living now, but she's got a lot of members. You don't make bank, Granny. For start, I'm using somebody else's content, right? Like either it be music or if it's only a clip for a couple of minutes, I wouldn't get any money from that, right? So, nah, I just rather, if somebody wants to drop me a PayPal or a Cash App, great. If they don't, that's great as well. But they're under no pressure. But you can give me a thumbs up. It's free. But I wouldn't want to do this full time. It's hard work. It really is hard work. I haven't a bail, but I will be. Leslie, was it $100 you got? That's just as a thank you for doing shorts. That's not a lot. Were you $5, Scooter? $5? Wow, it was worth your while monetizing. They would probably take it away because I get that. Any revenue on this video will go directly to whoever on every clip. So it's not really worth my while. Honestly, it's just not. Now, maybe if in a year, 6 months, if I decided to do it, I might. I'm not going to say I won't. What? You got over 500 per month? Leslie, you didn't tell me that. I thought you only got 100 quid, $100. So you done all right then. Wow, that's good. But if you're expecting to get a lot of money on YouTube, no, you're not going to do it. You're not going to make it. I wouldn't mod for $1 million. Look, his mom. I've great mods in here. Mods I've known a long time. And people that you trust, and that means everything. I'm a mod for a couple of channels. Oh, you hate everybody equally. What? Two scooter over $200? That is brilliant. Yeah, Leslie. Hey, Sanders C. You had over 16 million views and you got $500 a month. It's not a wild lot of money. And like, how much did YouTube not make? And it isn't all about the money either. Well, it isn't for me. I mean, I'll come on and have a chat. Really, I'm just running a gub. And whether I have 10 people in here or 100 people, it doesn't matter. But I enjoy chatting to the people that do come in, and I appreciate them. You think how many hours people do a live for? It's hard. Plus all the emails, the messages that you have to follow up on. Wow, I don't know. You're a bit like, yeah, Leslie, you just enjoy doing it. Yeah. But as I say, that's my opinion on that other. I'm okay with being blocked and I respect that. I won't be saying anything bad about her. But yeah, I do support Jess. I support Barb. And I've been told I had to make a choice. That's my choice. Thank you, Ginger. Honestly, I don't care where anybody goes. Now, it's different if you're in the chat and you're dragging me. Leslie, what had happened today, there had been an issue between two creators. And we were told, basically, if you're seeing another creator's chat, don't come back to mine. CJ's the best. She's probably with G. She's been busy with the People's Choice Awards. She's putting a lot of work into these, you know. So that's my choice. I'm not, I'll go where I want. And, I respect their choice as well. For saying, yeah, I don't want you in my chat if you go to another person's. Hi, Vicky. Hell on wheels. I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't. I have 1,500 subs, which is brilliant, by the way. But I wouldn't make anybody make a choice. Absolutely not. I have friends. Leslie been one of them. And we have different opinions on different creators. We just don't talk about them. And it works. It works. She's still my friend for that. And you have to stick to what you believe in. And to say that, oh, you're probably going to make the wrong choice, how is that? I'm not here for subs and views. I'm not. And if you come onto YouTube for that, that's not going to work. It takes months, years to build up, your subs, people to trust you, to enjoy coming into your chat. Not just a few weeks, it takes a long time. And then you'll start to see the regulars coming in week after week. And it's actually, you feel flattered that the same people do come in that want to listen to you. But that takes months and months and months. And for me, I would not ask any of you in here. Well, you'll be blocked now, Jude, too. Goat Star Mum. If any of us, I understand if that's what she wants to do, that's fine. But if anyone is seen in Jess's, you will be blocked. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jude, I'll be blocked now. We'll all be blocked. No, Bones, and I understand that. I get that. Yep, it's I'm much the same. I can ignore we can ignore each other. I don't speak on him. He doesn't speak on me. There might be an odd jab from either of us from time to time. That's okay. Um, yeah, no, mm-mm, mm-mm. Well, yeah, Granny, that yeah, that's not going to go well. It's not because when you're just starting out, you have to really find your feet. Um, if you're into drama, yeah, you can get the views. But what about the days there is no drama? That tells the tale. And I will go wherever I want. And it'll be a long day in Ireland before someone tells me where I can and can't go on here. I won't. Now, obviously, there's places I don't go because I don't want to go. And if I saw you in a chat and I didn't like that creator, so what? It's not a big deal. Like there's Leslie. We like different creators. Amber, we all, I mean, but that's okay. We can work because we're good enough friends to do that. And a lot of us have been around from the Watts days. Hey, Craftastic, you're right. And you're a great support, Craftastic, and I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I mean, I was shocked. I'm not, have to say, I'm not going to lie about this, what was said about Jess. And I don't even know what it meant. And then I had to go and just check it out about something with a dildo or something. That was shocking. No, that's not right. No, I'm not a prude, but to say that and mm, and say that her son was in the same room, that's bad. It's bad. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. Just sometimes things that comes out of people's mouths are just so vile, really vile. I know, Granny. I'm sure you're raging. I know that. Of course you are. If I thought for 1 minute that you meant anything so bad, I'd be the first to say, whoa. And I would. And I actually messaged Bones before we went live and I said, look, this is where I am because I didn't want to put any of you in a situation. No, there is always drama, Ecto. And I said, this is where I stand. And that's true, Granny. And oh, I just don't know. I could say quite a lot, but I'm not going to. But I do respect her opinion. If that's what she wants, that's fine. At Mrs. P's community posts, sometimes they're just a blank screen. But you do have to laugh, actually. You know, when she puts up, the name of the channel is private or not available anymore, you have to have a laugh. You do have to have a laugh. I kind of actually leave Mrs. P alone for the most. I might do an odd clip here or there, but I do try to leave her alone. Hey, Moa and T. Adams. I think I did say hello to T. Adams. Look, you've apologised and you meant the apology. You were sincere. Yeah, that's it. There's really nothing more to say. I know. Bones was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, well, I just want to make it, this is where I stand. And, because I don't want to put anybody in an awkward situation. But everybody was with me, so that was grand. No, that is it. That is it. Sometimes, Granny, that's it. But, you know, the selective outrage, and I do have to say, like, that was so outrageous, but yet it's not outrageous for someone else to say the things they said about you today. That awful thing that they said about you, plus another creator's daughter. You're wishing they'd be ripped back to front, front to back, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you see, we've all lines that we won't go over. That was my line, and yeah. So I expect people to respect my line as well. Yeah, fiddle-dee. But there does seem to be outrage at one thing, and then, you know, there's nothing said about another, because it really does depend who you like. If you like somebody, it's okay. You can be, you know. But there's something, I mean, it was quiet for a few days, then this kicks off. But Granny, you've said what you've said, and you've apologised. That's it. As far as you're concerned, you're not going to talk on it again. That's it. And you do have a lot of support. And I think a lot of people feel that they don't want to be told, you can go here or you can't go there. And in 2 days, if I see you over there, I'm going to block you. Well, I'll make it easy. Block me now. That's fine. I get it. And I respect your opinion. If you want to block me, that's fine. Yeah, when me and Dorothy parted ways, that was it for me. I won't align with one person. I'll go wherever I want. Unless I'm blocked, of course. Yeah, Casbells. It's too small a community. Oh, you probably will all be blocked because you're in here with Granny in the chat. Yeah. Well, Jude, if you are seen in Granny's gold star, which is her right, we'll block you. You're not welcome over there at all. Ronnie. And I do support Barb. I like Barb. Yeah, that's true, Bones. But I do respect my mods' opinions, and I always make sure that they know what the crack is before I go live. And it just seems to be the same topic over and over and over again. You know, it does get tiring after a while, Granny. Oh, thank you, Laurie. Good to see you in. I mean, it took me 9 months to build up my channel. And it'll probably take me another 9 months. It just doesn't happen overnight. And if it does, you can be very, very lucky. And it works out for you. But it does take time. You have to put out plenty of good content. Ginger. Well, we were called out tonight by an auntie side-eye. Don't know the woman. Why she would even mention CJ. Well, she can if she wants to, or me. I don't get it. I don't know the woman. So it's really none of her business who I choose to side with, because that's basically what we've been told to do. It is none of your business, auntie. Just you mind your own and I'll mind my own. And everybody's just not going to gang up on Granny. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. People like her. That's it. End of. And if she came out with anything that outrageous that I couldn't cope with, or if she was so malicious, Yeah, I would have a word. I would say, yeah, I don't agree with that. And we could have a chat about it. That's what you do. I know you didn't, Granny. I know you didn't. You didn't mean any disrespect to the Mrb. You didn't. You said it just, I mean, I get it. You didn't know what it even bloody meant. And nobody would be disrespectful. And I know they say, oh, they're going with that. They're going with that. No, we're not going with that. She's apologised. She said she's sorry. Now, it is up to the other person whether they want to accept it or not. And I respect that too. But I won't say anything negative or bad about you, Gold Star. I won't. I absolutely will not. But I do, like you, let people voice their opinions in my chat. That's their right to do that. Well, you can't, just another troll. You would never be off here. I see some of the outrageous things I'm called. But if I hit that live button, you'd never be off here. You wouldn't. Sometimes you just have to let it bloody fly. And I've had horrible, really nasty, horrible things said about me. Larry, I hope you're keeping well over in the Black Country. That's an area in England, by the way. I don't either, Tricia. It's all kind of got a bit mad. Well, you know, you can look for drama and you'll get drama, but it's keeping maintaining that drama. Because you actually end up in a very tiny, tiny, small bit of the YouTubes. There's just a few channels around you. I wouldn't want that for myself. I want to go wherever I want. Unless I'm blocked, of course, as I said before. And I enjoy lots of people's content. But look, there's always going to be drama on here. Of course there is. One week it's something and then it's something else. You couldn't keep up with it. I love just another troll. Did you get called out? I think you did. Bones, you're not going to the Maldives. Oh, wow. Lucky you. JD, it's crazy. You couldn't even work it out. Oh, the Maldives, beautiful. Bones, you can think of us over in YouTube land. Has everyone been following? Maybe not our American friends, but our English friends. The Keith Bennett, murderers. Have you all been following this? Or maybe not. I have to say, look, his mummies are very, very loyal. And it takes time to build up that loyalty. Roddy, it's never changed. Well, it certainly didn't change me. I wouldn't allow it to change. And everybody always thinks you're just out here for the money. Look, if you get a tip, great. If you don't, that's just one of those things. But I appreciate everybody that comes in here. Oh, JD, thank you so much for the PayPal. I really, really appreciate that. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate anything I get. It's nice. Thank you, love. Hey, Broken Justice. Broken Justice, I'm glad you came in. What happened with you and Gold Star Mum? Broken Justice has been through enough on this platform. And if you've been around from 2018, you would know exactly what I'm saying. We're all very protective of Broken Justice. She's been through enough shit on here. She really, really has. Broken, you're more than welcome here. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you were spoken to like that. That's not on. And I will say that. Broken Justice knows everybody around the tubes. She's a good woman. And she's been through a lot on here. I know Lucas' mum, yeah. Jill, but you know what? When I first met you, I thought, oh, she's very, confrontational. But I like that about you. You're not confrontational, you're just honest. You're a straight shooter, and there's nothing wrong with that. Broken Justice, you just stay with us over here. And you know that we're all cool. And no one will ever speak to you like that in my channel or say anything about you in my channel. And I'll not let anybody speak to you like that in my channel. I can tell you that now. Hey, Angela. But Jill, you are a straight shooter. And I have a feeling we may have done similar work. But I don't want to say too much. Sagacious. Yeah, you got. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to. But you have to laugh it off. I do. You've been through enough with old Dot. Let me tell you. Ooh. But I know I'm. Me and you's cool, and that's good enough for me. And JD's another one. We've had a few bumps, but JD speaks the truth. And I'll tell you something. JD has more of a backbone than me because she just doesn't give a shit. If she believes in it, she'll say it. And if JD's loyal to you, let me tell you, she's loyal. Hey, Irvin, did you come in, my little shit stir? You know I meant that nicely, Irvin. Irvin just loves to go out and stir. No, but it has been a bit hectic the last few days. But yes, I had said also in my title about Keith Bennett. Anybody that doesn't know who Keith Bennett is, maybe our American friends don't know, Keith Bennett was one of the victims of Myra Hindley and Ian Brady, 1963 to 1965. They killed 5 children around Manchester in the UK. There was a lot of media attention last week. They actually thought it had come out, there was an author writing a book, and it had come out that he had found a skull on Saddleworth Mrb. That's why they're called the Mrb murderers. We all thought I'd actually done a post, shared a post. We thought they had found Keith. By the looks of it, they haven't found him. Now, his brother Alan had come out and said that he was confused, to say the very least, at why the dig was, nowhere near where Brady and Henley had said where they had, well, I think one of them admitted that they did kill Keith. And the brother is quite upset that obviously it was told that there was a skull, then there was fragments, and I still don't know if it was anything at all. But they haven't actually found anything, to identify that that was Keith Bennett. Bennett's mother, Winnie, was heartbroken until the day she died, and went to the Mrbs very regularly to look for her son and to be near her son. Just to give you a wee bit of background on who these people were, these murderers and the victims. Between 1963 and 1965, Ian Brady and Myra Henley murdered 5 children from around Manchester in the UK. There was Pauline Reid, who was 16. She was going to a dance. John Kilbride, who was 12, was taken from a market. Keith Bennett, who was 12, was going to his grandmother's. Leslie Ann Downey, aged 10, was at a fair. And Edward Evans he was the oldest at 17. He had went back to Brady's house. How they got the child into the van was Henley, Myra, asked for help to go and look for a glove that she had lost on the Mrbs. And the child popped into the back of the van where Ian Brady, was waiting on them. They were all sexually assaulted. And they were actually caught with the 5th victim, Edward Evans, who had went back to the house. And he had asked his friend, Myra Henley's brother-in-law, Dave Smith, to come back to the house. And it was Dave Smith who witnessed the murder and was traumatised and went straight to the police. And when the police came, they found Edward Evans' body, which was wrapped up, ready to go to the Mrbs to be buried with the other 4. Brady was arrested straight away, and Myra actually wasn't arrested for 4 days later. 4 days. It was revealed, I think, by Myra Henley that there was luggage, a suitcase stored at... Back in the day, you could have paid money and store luggage in the railway station. And when they found a suitcase, in the suitcase was horrendous pictures of Leslie Ann, who was only 10, and a 16-minute audio cassette of Leslie Ann that her mother had to listen to. Just think of this, her mother had to actually listen to this. Where wee Leslie Ann, she was only 10. She was screaming and crying for her mommy. That was never released, and it will never be released. I actually believe it's been destroyed. That tape has been destroyed because it can't go. It can never get released. It can't. They spoke to a neighbour, and it was a girl, I believe, that was allegedly sexually assaulted by the both of them, and where they had brought her to the Mrbs, and she brought them to the location where she was brought and was assaulted. And they started digging, and they found, the first body they found was Leslie Ann's. And they found, I think it was Edward. No, that's wrong, actually. Who was the next body they found? There was, hold on, I actually took notes on this because I just wouldn't. John Kilbride. They found Leslie Ann and John Kilbride very close to each other. All along, Henley denied knowing about these murders, having any part of these murders. She actually had a lord that was supporting her because something happened. Normally in the UK, when you get a life imprisonment, does not mean life imprisonment. You could maybe get 14 years for a murder, 16 years for a murder. But those two were given a whole life sentence. They were never going to be released. And in 1987, she actually revealed that she was there and she took part and she brought them to where Pauline Reade was buried. Hey, Blues girl, good to see you. And they've never found Keith. His mother has pleaded. I think she was even going to go, and I think it was the brother went and met Brady. Brady at this time was in a psychiatric hospital. Broadmoor. Hey, Drama. He was in Broadmoor. And he's actually only dead. 5 years, 2017. Myra Henley died in 2002. Now, she always would have claimed that she was coerced by Brady, that she had to do it, she was scared, this, that, and other. I actually don't believe that. Because her brother-in-law, when he witnessed one murder, ran to the police. She was just as responsible. No, Kim, we don't have the death penalty. It was abolished in the 60s. Thankfully. And your back sagacious. But it was horrendous. And I remember, probably the one that I remembered, the two that you would have remembered the most, the victims, would have been Keith Bennett, because of his mother Winnie coming on. Yes, Myra Henley and Ian Brady. They done it together. It was one of the worst in our history in the UK. It really was. 1965. Oh, 1960. Yeah, 1969. That was when it was abolished. And we're all okay with that. We don't want the death penalty back. I think, Abel, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. She was evil to do that. Hey, Tracy. Oh, right, here we go. Yes, Alan Bennett, Keith Bennett's brother, had been posting the information. He was blasting author. Yeah. Yeah. Tracy, I think I was a horrible feeling. Was this for... Did the author do this to see if he could get attention to his book? If he did, God forgive him. Because that's awful. Yes, Barness, that's right. Her knitting and sewing in jail and her decorated cell with the television irritated me. But she didn't have her freedom. She might have had her knitting and her TV, but she wanted something that she could never get, which was her freedom. And look, his mum, I respect that. I do. I think in the future, I think it will be abolished in America. Because it doesn't reduce the murders. It just doesn't. But I respect everybody's opinion on it too. So Alan Bennett, which is Keith's brother, now this is 58 years later, thanked cold case and forensic team for keeping him updated, but there's nothing. Yeah, because the police are out there. Saddleworth Mrb is 30 miles wide, and it's the most, it really, not that a Mrb anymore is nice, it's cold and, it's grim. And to think that's where those children spent their last moments it's so heartbreaking. It really, really is. Netflix actually has a documentary on it, the Mrb murderers. I'm sure you probably have listened to it. I don't know if you would be interested, like on a weekly, once a week maybe. Me and CJ were thinking of doing it, having a chat about a UK case that's already, from years ago. Because I do know people do like to have a chat about, I don't like getting in too deep with the cases, but I don't know if anyone would be interested in that. I think it would actually be quite good. It would be quite good discussion back and forth, wouldn't it? Oh, you would, Kim? I think a lot of people actually would. Do you, Angela? 3 meals a day activities when there's, yeah, I get that, but I don't know. Look, his mum. Look, but then where would that lead us? I can get if a family member was allowed to put out the punishment, but then we wouldn't really be any better than the person that murdered, would we? That's right, Chloe. That's right. He went on a hunger strike, Ian Brady, in jail. And as taxpayers, we had to keep him alive, no matter what. Fred West. Yeah, we're going to do that. We are actually thinking of Fred West. Hey, yeah, craftastic. There's so many. Ian Huntley. There's quite a lot of UK killers that maybe the Americans wouldn't know about. Fred West was horrendous with his wife Rosemary. And this is in recent times, in the last, 25 years. Yeah, well, Angela, I'm not going to argue there. They're dead now. And Dr. Death, Harold Shipman, hundreds of people he murdered. You think, Tracy, that there's 32 states that still do the death penalty. South Carolina and Mississippi have joined Utah and using the firing squad to get death penalties going again. I knew, was it Utah that Gary Gilmore was shot when it was reintroduced? 1976, I believe. It was reintroduced in his state and he chose firing squad. I don't think I would choose that as a way to die, but anyway. Dennis Nielsen, yeah, You see, I think the worst thing that you can, Thompson and Venables, it was Utah Blues, was it? Yeah. Because I read the book, Gary Gilmore. The book is the extras, what was it? Song, was it? I'm not sure of the name. I'm trying to think of the name. But it was a really brilliant book. Bible John. Yes, Anna. Wire in the Blood. What was that about? Fiddle-dee. Robert Black. There's so many. When you think the 70s was just a breeding ground for serial killers in America, when you think about it. I mean, not that it's not now, because there is a lot, but there's a better chance they've been caught now. I mean, you have to think there was no DNA, nothing. It was just feet, boots on the ground. Levi Belfield, yep, Larry. He was evil. He was a evil man. There's something seriously wrong with him. Count me in. Good morning from Australia. Whereabouts are you in Australia? My brother lives just outside Perth. He emigrated over. America and the UK are number 1 and 2 in the most serial killers. Wow. Oh, Richard Ramirez. Did you see that Deputy do Netflix? I was shocked. I didn't actually know of the things he done. I knew he'd killed people and went in. He was called the Night Stalker. But I didn't actually know that ins and outs. Brisbane, that's where my daughter was, and she loved it. So, Ginger, your state does life in a day. Right, well, nothing is a deterrent against murder, like being left in your cell for 24 hours after your heart stops. Oh, yeah, he's scary, Deputy do. And the rapes he done and the things he done to them ladies. I don't think people really, Professional paranormal research. Hello. I haven't watched that. I'll have to wire in the blood. I'm going to have to look that. Tobin. Yep. Wasn't Tobin the one that, no, he wasn't. He murdered the 2 young girls. I think it's one I'm thinking. Oh, don't call me ma'am. I'm not that old. I'm 51, but it's not that old. Yeah, Kim, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. That's right, Barness. They hunted him down. Oh, yeah, BTK. Oh, I've read so many books about him. He was one freak, Ecto. A freak. Oh, you're okay, professional paranormal. That's okay. You've been very polite. You're 49? Oh, well then, just call me juror. Oh, Louisiana. Oh, why would anybody want to marry someone in jail? Somebody like that is murdered. But then somebody married Ted Bundy, didn't they? Israel Keys. Yep. I listened to the long form podcast. Really, really good. He went into it in great detail. There's like 20 episodes. I love my true crime podcasts. Honestly, if I'm looking for true crime, that's where I go. My podcasts. Because there's no fluff. It's just tells it, goes into it. If it's, they're investigating or whatever. I prefer that. What kind of Republican sense is this? Oh, that's a hell of a long ass name. I know someone that murdered Weetabix. He was, all right, okay. He was a serial killer. Oh, I don't. Oh, Casey, did you watch Blues, the Netflix doc on it? It was really good. Is that Mr. Shannonite, do you think? I don't know if it is. That's okay, Bones. I get it. It's a Sunday night. Greenway, yeah, the Green River Killer. I miss Anne Rule. Anne Rule was brilliant. I miss her books. I used to really look forward. This is before we had the internet. All you had was your true crime books. Oh my, I loved waiting for a new Anne Rule book to come out. You grew up right with Casey Blues Girl. Oh. Oh. I have a Facebook page and I just opened it for the channel. Not that I put anything ever on it. But I got a friend request just now that we're talking about serial killers. And it was from Kathy Kleiner. And I'm going to reach out to her. I responded and accepted her request. And then when I went in and looked, she was a victim of Ted Bundy. And when she was on CBS, and it's definitely legit. It is her. It's definitely her. So I'm going to actually reach out and see if she wants to come on and have a chat. She might not, but she might even do it pre-recorded. It's worth a try. She was one of the girls that was in the dorms that got beat by a hammer. She was left very badly injured. Yeah, Kathy Kleiner. He mightn't have been a bad-looking man, but oh. Karen Buckley, Angela, I've actually got a file about her that I was going to do. That was really heartbreaking. I believe that, Abel. Maybe not a serial killer, but I do believe that we have all come on contact with somebody that's murdered. Think about it. Think of many people. Ted Bundy worked in what we would call the Samaritans in the UK. And Anne Rule said he saved probably more lives than he took. It's frightening. As a woman, it's frightening. Well, probably as a man as well. Yeah, Abel, someone you're sitting on the bus or subway. You really don't know what's going on in anybody's mind. I mean, hell, look at Chris Watts. His wife didn't think her own husband could do what he did. Do you? Oh, Angela, you live 10 minutes from where, that killed Karen Buckley. Oh, wow. No ecto. It was never discovered. There is a fantastic, I recommend, if you're interested in Jack the Ripper, there is a fantastic podcast called Bad Woman, right? And they focused on the victims, not him. And the amount of misinformation that has been put out about those victims is so sad. That they were prostitutes, they were this, they were that. She has really done a great big dive into it, and I would recommend anybody to listen to that. You'll find out what the area was like, where these women came from, their life. Yeah. I actually think if you go and listen to that podcast, it's a long form. I don't think it's anybody that, I think it's more than likely just maybe somebody that maybe had somebody like the butcher. They thought about the butcher. Hey, Katie Lynn. Or Phil, oh yeah. Like a butcher, somebody like that. Do you think, Ecto? I don't know. I don't know. Because where he was walking through, it would have been very noticeable if he had been a gent. These were rough and tough streets of London. You would have been noticeable. Nobody noticed this person. Oh, Mr. Shannonite. Mick Philpott. How many children was it, Larry, that he killed? He's out. Well, she's out. Maybe he's not out, but the wife's out. Like, what the hell? I mean, our justice system. You know, one thing about America, like, I mean, yeah, you have a good chance you're going to get the death penalty. Oh, no, I'm not Laura Lulu. Aaron Campbell. Definitely Ecto. Oh, in search of, with Leonard. Do you know something? That's familiar to me. That is actually familiar to me. I would like to go through, not so much about Jack the Ripper, but I think there's been a lot of, about his victims. I would love to do, you know, like a series on that, his victims. Yeah, I actually think he did, Big D. I don't think it was anybody that they think, it wasn't this big sweepy man with a top hat. I think he was just a very ordinary man that walked around those streets. Is Jude, or Jude was in here earlier, Katie? In search of, right, I'm definitely going to look for that. That's bringing back memories. We're talking a long time ago, though, Ecto. I mean, we're never going to find out his identity. But I loved finding out about the woman, the victims. They weren't prostitutes, they weren't this, they weren't that. They've been forgotten about. How many of us can actually say their names? Do we know their names even? Probably not. It is, Kim, really interesting. Is Aaron Campbell the one that killed the wee girl? If that's the one I'm thinking about. 6. Wow. I'm jumping here. But 6. Yeah, Mick Philpott killed 6 of his children. Oh, Kitty, congratulations. Just wanted to tell her I gave birth to my little girl early hours Friday morning. Congratulations. Oh. No, I don't think so, Ecto. I mean, they did think that they found, was it a scarf or something? And they were going to try to do DNA, but it didn't work out. I mean, there's a lot of people are convinced they know who it is and they've done their research. I'll not argue with that, but I think it's somebody just like run of the mill that was just around those streets. There was a lot of guest house, digs. It was somebody that was in and out of those places, in my opinion. I mean, this was rough London. It's not the London that we see now. Oh, wee baby girl. Hope you're doing all right. Yes, it was craftastic. He put the house on fire, killed his 6 kids for insurance money. Lila. Oh, Lila Rose. That's beautiful. Paige Doherty, that was killed, was my niece's best friend. Oh, I'm so sorry, Angela. She'd been in my house before. Her killer's parents lived across the road from me. Johnny Latham. Count me in, said they mention an apron, a butcher. Yeah, I do actually think it's somebody that was in a trade that was used to those streets, because some of these women, 2 of the women that he murdered they had actually went into like down old side streets to find they didn't have the penny to go into boarding house that night, so they went and just, you know, tucked themselves into like an old backyard or a doorstep. That man knew exactly where to go. We were saying Mick Philpott, 6. It was 6 of his kids that was burnt. He set fire to the house to get insurance money. Oh, Amma, Noah Donohoe. I actually don't know. I don't know. There's something, because it just doesn't make sense. How did he end up in that storm drain? Replay, would that have been near you? Count me in, he thought that he could get them all out before the fire took hold. Him and the wife got out, but the kiddies didn't. He was really fucked up. Oh my God. Hadn't he 2 wives or something? There was 2 sisters and he had all these kids. He was evil, absolutely evil. And the wife was Mrb, that's right. But was it not 2 sisters? That's right, Bones, you've got it. He wanted to make his ex look guilty the day before the court because she did a runner. Yeah. He wanted to blame the ex for putting the house on fire. The insurance money. And it caught hold and it burnt them all. Those wee kids didn't get out. But he got out and the wife got out. She's actually out of prison. That's what I'm saying. Our justice system's a bit fucked up. You do a murder and what's the most you get? 17 years? What was the MP? Whitcomb. Didn't she go and interview him before he done the murder? She was released last year, the girlfriend, Mrb. Oh yeah, she was in it too, count me in. Yeah, she's out. She got out last year. He's still in, but he'll get out. I think Australia, I'm in Ireland, Northern Ireland, but I believe that in Australia, your terms would be much the same as ours. You don't do long terms in Australia either. They were on you're right, it was a reality TV program. And I always liked Anne Whitcomb. I did. She called it, she's seen it. Yeah, no death penalty, count me in. Saying that, I think people that's jailed at 18 and told that they're going to spend the rest of their life in jail, what you're like at 18, I do believe through the right ways of doing it in prison, even after 25 years, yeah, you should be able to come out and, be productive in society again. Because what I was like at 18, I'm nothing like that now. I look back and I cringe. And all I'm glad is that there was no Facebook, Instagram, all that. That's right, Anne Whitcomb went to interview him because she was looking at how families on benefits live. Yeah. And he wasn't working, he just kept taking the state money. Jeremy Kyle. Is Jeremy Kyle cancelled still? Didn't somebody die after that? Jeremy Kyle was like your Jerry Springer in America. But something happened that somebody took their own life after being outed for having affairs or something. And then they cancelled it, or he cancelled it, I don't know. Oh, it's coming back this month. Wow. Oh, I can't, look, I can't say about Jerry Springer or Jeremy Kyle because YouTube's like that. We don't have to watch these programs because what's happening on YouTube in our community is just like Jerry Springer. Angela, I don't believe that. Sorry. My ex done life at 16, right? Came out, then done double attempted murder, out again, and is still involved in gangland violence. Yeah, again, there's always going to be that one or two that won't change. If it's in you, it's in you, and you're not going to change. And obviously your ex, if he's in that gangland, you know, he's going to stay there. He's not going to, you know, try to better himself. And he'll be in prison again, probably. Some of them use government benefits to combine 2 council houses and get over £4,000 a month in benefits. That's madness. Like, I mean, I'm all for, if you want a big family, have a big family. But you have to provide for them. My hubby comes from a family of 11. They lived on a farm. They didn't have benefits. His father went out and worked hard to give them. And, you know, they grew their food. They done everything themselves. The mother cooked, baked, everything. Because there was no benefits. You didn't get anything. You worked for what you had. I do think they do need stronger programs to help the adjustment back to society. They can't just put them out in the street. They do need help. Replay, are you going to be watching Jeremy Kyle every morning? Bet you are. Get the kids to school, sit down with a coffee, put on Kyle. Who was the other guy I liked? He was a bit posh. He used to be a politician, I think. Replay. Hey, Welch. Benefit cap is now at 26k above 3 children, unless twins, or foster children, you won't be paid above 3. Right. So if you have 3 children, the benefit cap is now at 26,000. Right, okay. So if you earn over 26,000, you don't get any help. And if you have a 4th, 5th, 6th child, you won't get any benefit for them. I used to like Judge Rinder. I liked him. Is he still on? Not Jeremy File. Kilroy's, that was it. Larry, that's it. You've got it. Kilroy Silk. I liked him though. I did like him. Yeah, fiddle-dee. Yeah. The environment is definitely the environment that you're in. Who's got a pumpkin mulch? You're saying that Craftastic's got a pumpkin. Craftastic, have you seen Sally Ann lately? I know she's been busy at the markets. But I haven't seen her on lately. Just having a look at your chat here. No, unless it's twins or foster. Right. Okay. So if it's twins or you're fostering, you will get it after the 3rd. Like the 4th, 5th, you will, but otherwise you won't. Old Kilroy used to have a great big blow dry. Didn't he used to have a... Oh, his hair was blow dry to death. Hey, OG Fish. He used to have a bouffant. Do you remember the bouffant? Absolutely, Craftastic. You let me know when you're starting, and I will definitely promote it. Is it crafting that you're going to do? Replay does have a channel, but she's not just started yet, have you? And Sagacious has a channel. Her link should be dropped throughout. Sally Jessie Raphael and her red eyeglasses. I forgot about her. He is. Well, she's coming back. Replay, it takes time. And then you get distracted with a bit of the drama on the tubes. And then that kind of goes to the back, to the back burner again. Hey, Mary, good to see you. Hello, SA. We're just chatting, shooting the breeze. And we are going back in time, Bones. There was other, we used to watch the American ones. I mean, they were brilliant. That was before Jeremy Kyle and all that. And they were good. I did like a bit of opera. Oprah. Not opera. Oprah. She was good. She was good. I don't know if she's still going. Did you, Welch? Gosh. Mary, we're trying to stay out of the drama. We're just chatting back and forth here about this and that and the other. Oh, you don't like opera? Oprah. Jenny Jones. I loved. Oh, I have to say I like Oprah. She came from absolutely nothing, and she, give it to her. I mean, she came from nothing, and she worked and got where she is now. That's one determined lady. And her relationship with her mother, I knew she talked about that. That was very, and then didn't she find out that she had a sister? She thought she was an only child until a few years ago when she found out she had a sister that her mother had given up for adoption that she didn't know about. But I don't think she has a very close relationship with her mum. Oh, she doesn't have a show anymore. No, I didn't really like Ellen. I have to say I didn't. Bones, you were in the audience of Trisha. I think Trisha's in America now. Or she was. Oh no, Sagacious. Your daughter was in the audience for Jeremy Kyle. But it's always the same stuff. Who's the baby daddy? And people fighting. It's just Jerry Springer. It was just like, imagine coming on and telling, the audience, oh, I don't know who your baby daddy is. Like, what? Would you not be affronted? I wonder a certain person on here hasn't made me do it again, but I laugh out loud. Who, Welch? Springer was like YouTube. That's exactly what it's like, Mary. You're in the audience watching people fling mud and dirt at each other, screaming and shouting and fighting, and you're like, what? You're just thinking, please don't let my name come up. Please don't let my name come up. Neither would I replay. You'd be affronted. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you could get a DNA test without going on live TV. I mean, coming on and to admit that you didn't know who the father of your child was. It is crazy. I hear Kelly's enjoying being off it too, and I'm glad. I'm actually glad. And it's good when you realise it's just not worth it. If I ever got like that, I would do the same. I would just switch off. And it wouldn't cost me a thought. I've always said I don't like the hard drama. I like a bit of the soft drama. I mean, there's always going to be drama. Blues, they would. But the DNR, it would be a long day in Ireland before I would go on and say I didn't know who the father of my child was. Just to get what? A hotel? And free dinner and drinks? That's what they're doing it for. Oh, Fiddle Dee. You are. I'm sorry. You can keep hanging your head in shame because we are in the Jerry Springer sector of YouTube. You would not replay. Well, it depends what you would. It depends. You're not going to go on and say you don't know who your baby daddy is. depends what it would be. No, Kim, I don't either. And there has been. It's been bad. It has. There's only so much, and I'm glad that Kelly's happy. There's only so much that some one person can take, and it's time to walk away because it's not worth it. What is it? And I think for some people, oh, are you? Oh, I'll be looking out for that girl. You would go straight for, I know, actually, replay, I actually believe you would. I actually believe you would. I don't doubt that for a minute. I can see you up on the stage and the bouncers would be in, pulling you back. Yep, you'd be going for it. I'd be staying out of your bloody way. No, I have to say I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I would be affronted. I'm not going to lie, I would be affronted. Lots of people do asked after Kelly. Kelly was here a long time. Kelly's was the first channel that I ever really openly chatted in. Oh, you're going to get the first one in. Replay it. I can see. Oh, I know for you and Mary, Bones. Mary was Kelly's sidekick for years. If Kelly was on, Mary was always there, either up on panel or in the chat. And I'm sure she misses her. And I'm sure you miss her too. You will be a Texas girl. Oh, Mary, I wish you nothing but the best. Are you far from your son? Is it Welsh? Were you part of Kelly's channel? You are not the father. 4 times. Oh my God. Imagine 4 times in a row. You're not the father. You're not the father. I mean, how many men did you have? Maybe I'm old fashioned, so I'll keep my mouth shut. I think I am old fashioned. Oh, so you're going to be in the same complex. That's brilliant. He's your only boy. No, but Kelly's was actually the first chat that I really chatted in. Not up in this, I was going to say the stage, not the stage, but on panel. I didn't talk on panel. But in the chat, and it was good. But you weren't ever part of MCs. Well, this is it, Bones. I mean, I'm sure you do miss her on here. You miss the chat. And that's what it is. But you can talk offline. I know it's not, well, it is the same. It's actually, on here, if it's giving you stress, just switch it off. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And Kelly put up with quite a lot over the years, really. She's had it tough over the last 3 years. I honestly don't blame her. And I bet you she's happier for it. Is it, Bones? Because you were part of Kelly is the only channel I went on panel. Because you were part of Natasha's before that. How long were you with Natasha? Replay. I could imagine you on a TV series. I actually could. Like Big Brother or something. Like kicking off. Replay would be there. In the middle. You can talk for hours at a time. You see, I'm the same as Sagacious. I think, you do meet some really good people on here. Oh, you never went on NCs and spoke. You were just in the chat. And CJ's was actually the first person in the drama community I found. Look, Big D, you love it. You love all the gossip. You know all the gossip. Only about a year. look, everybody goes to the channels that they like. I get that, you know. I kind of know my crowd now. I know it. And I think you have to kind of just say, look, you do have to say it. Sometimes you do have to just say it out, what you think. And Vicky, you were part of MRBs. Oh, Bones, that's lovely. Oh, you're not a talker, JD. See, I am. I never shut my mouth. Mary, I think a lot of us went. But I never watched him like yous were real avid fans of his. And I get it. Back in the day, AD, he definitely was impressionable because at the time that was all going on. I can remember him sitting at the back of the restaurant. And it was all very casual. All very casual. And then it kind of got out of hand after that. But at the start, I'll even say it was enjoyable. When he sat in the back of the restaurant and it wasn't all about money. And we were all interested in the case. And that's all right, Blues. That's all right. We all have people that we like to go to and people that we don't. I get that. But I do like, there's going to be lots of different people that go to this one, that one, another, and that's all right. Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to have to say, count me in. Yeah. He was good at the start when it was just him at the back of the restaurant and he was just talking. This is before all the discovery, everything came out. It was. We did listen to him. And he used to come on in the morning, I think, and he used to come on in the evening. Like he was on twice a day. And I get he had, he has a way with him. But then when he started, well, when it was going on 4 years, it was just getting a bit stretched out. Exactly. Bones. I don't say you regret it because it was an experience. And through that, you met Kelly, Mary, Brooke, and Milan. Exactly. That's right, Welch. You see, you meet people through. Yeah, Mary, I'm with you on that, and I'm going to have to say that I stopped everything about it about a year ago. I've not watched the man. Don't take anything to do with the man. Don't think about the man. Things got too much, and that's when I stepped away from all that. I still support the rechecks, all that, absolutely. Always will. But with the AD thing, it just went too far for me, and I wasn't comfortable. I was not comfortable with that. Is he still flogging it? God. But back then, before everything came out, the discovery, all that, it was interesting. That was really one of the first that we all got involved with. And that's what, 4 years ago. And he was just sitting at the back of the restaurant. And we all met through that. That was 4 years ago. We all met through that. I don't see how people can still be so into this 4 years later, listening to the same olds. When he was talking at the start, and you were talking about what happened, and we had a discussion, whatever. And even when the discovery came out, and then we had the February interview at the prison. Yeah. But then when that all stopped, that should have been it then. That was it. It was finished, really. But he kept hashing it out. Oh my God, don't replay. Oh, you did. You met me and Dorothy's. That was an experience. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, it is dribble now. And Miss Mint's still going. But I don't know why, Vicky, it would be talked about like Bundy. He's not, he killed his wife and 3 children. There's no big conspiracy, no big anything. He's where he's going to be for the rest of his life. Of course, people are going to talk about it, but it's beating a dead horse every single day. Was that all you were up for? And then you were out? That's true. We did. We met CJ and Dots, and I've known CJ a year now. And yep, and I wouldn't have met her unless we had met in Dots. So I thank Dot for that. You never went to Dorothy's Welch. But I think we all learn. We're always allowed one mistake, and that was mine. That was mine. Definitely, well, we'll say a little there. Hey, Nightmare. Do you, Nightmare, as a spacing error before your email? Oh, that Nightbot. That's Paddy. Paddy Nightbot. You could be right. I'm going to have to look at that. Because when I set that up, I hadn't really a clue what I was doing. That's right, you were out. Replay, I remember. You used to go by your real name back in the day. Yes, Kim, you did. You met me through Laurie and CJ. What did Mary say? What, Mary? What? He did not. Oh, Mary. Oh, wow. Jesus, Mary, I didn't know that. I don't follow it. I have to say, I stopped all the what stuff. I knew that they had wrapped I knew they had wrapped the gravestone up. They had actually went and put tarpaulin over it because they heard they were coming. Oh wow, JD. He was wearing Chris Watts' jersey. Jesus. Oh my God. That man murdered his wife and his 3 children. What the actual fuck? Do you know something? There's something wrong with them people. I'll say that. Something wrong. It's not entertainment. A family has lost their daughter and their 3 grandchildren. It's not for the fucking internet on here. See, that gets me going. Did you? It's scacious. I could say a lot more. That's terrible. Oh, the Watts gave Dave some of Chris's football jerseys. What? And he wears them on his lives. You see, I've stopped following this. I have. Because, well, I just stopped it from last year. That's bad. That's awful. Count me in. Wow. Exactly, Mary. Can you imagine the rejects? That's their daughter, their grandchildren. And that cretin from Australia. Well, you see, this is why people's sympathy with the Watts is lacking when they do things like that. His excuse, he wore them to make Cindy and Ronnie feel some empathy. What? Oh, Batgirl, don't. No, I'm not saying that about a street. My wee nephew's Australian. So, no, please, I shouldn't have said that. But, oh, empathy. How is sending him wearing one of their killers' jerseys to stand at their graves? That's disgusting. You see, this is it. That's why I'm glad I'm away from that, because I just can't. I just can't. You know, there's been things said and done that maybe I don't agree with, right? But you know what? That's disgusting. That is so bad. You know, if that was my daughter and my grandchildren and a boy like that was at their gravestone, what for? Entertainment purposes. Wearing the very jersey of the man that killed them and that put them in there. Whose birthday is it? Batgirl. Happy birthday, Batgirl. He has taken it too far, Batgirl. I mean, who does that? Where's the respect there? And he actually called, was it Sandy, the C-U-N-T, a C-U-N-T? Who's he to call Shanann's mother C-U-N-T? What? Who does that? You see, that's why a lot of us, I'm glad I do not watch that shit, because that just is wrong. And yet a year ago, he was for shutting down his channel because he was caught doing this, that and the other with subs. But that's all forgotten now. That's all forgotten. I don't you have to, right, we're blaming the creator here. The subs have to take responsibility as well, the people that watch that shit. You know, the subs that support that, give him money. Yeah, he's not the only one to blame. Did he lose his job as a postman? Oh, replay, it's disgusting. Have you followed this? That's what brought me here. Irvin, it all came out. Now, I don't know the whole ins and outs, but I've got a good idea that he and certain subs were, now he's with a long-term partner, were exchanging rather explicit messages and videos with each other. Now, I'm trying to think why was that anybody's business, really? I'm trying to think, but there was something more to this. This was, now, everybody was willing participants, as far as I know. So, but as a channel creator, and yeah, it wasn't just one woman either. It was quite a few subs. And the messages, yeah, they're well, I mean, if that's what they want to do. But he's a partner, he's children. And there's he up judging other people, you know, calling oh, you know, you could. That's why I'm glad I stepped away from all that. Because that's the type of people. There was a few, Vicky, wasn't there? And then, how did Armchair Detective get hold of this? He got hold of this. They went to Dave and said, we've got this information. We've all these messages. We've got the dates. What you going to do about it? And he took his channel down. And he probably had a thought about it, thinking, I'm not going to take my channel down. and he put it back up again. Now, he didn't do anything criminal, Irvin. It was just old dirty chatting videos with multiple subs. And they were all leaked. I mean, well, you weren't part of the What's Island. I was. Now, when I say I was, we were part of what we called the Truthers. Well, no, he wasn't peen bombing. They were obviously both sharing their bits, as far as I can remember. Everybody was sharing bits. You know what I mean? I mean, they were willing to do this. It was graphic, but he had a partner. And then, of course, somebody just had to go and tell the partner, you know how it is. Was there not? You see, I mean, it was consenting adults, but you thought you were sharing those videos with others. So, Mary, see, that could be it. I've never watched the man 1 minute. I won't give him a view. There is definitely more to this, that I do know. There was more to the explicit texts and videos. There's definitely more to the story. He was then, it was brought obviously to another creator who went to him and said, look, this is all going to come out. One of the women had went to the other creator and said, look, this is what's happened. And he then decided he was going to take his channel down, which he did for about 24 hours. But he doesn't, well, it's just entertainment to him. He's making the deaths and the murders of these children and a mother entertainment. That's exactly what it is. You thought he was sharing those videos with other subs. See, Mary, there's something about that, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, as Kelly would say. Yeah, there's something more to this than just dirty tapes. I mean, if somebody wants to do that, knock yourself out. But there's definitely more to it. Ah, right, you see, Mary, there was more. You see, Mary, that's right. The Summer Wells was exactly the same. It has been exploited. Really exploited. People have made bank on that. AD's not the only one. There are so many out there that make bank. I personally couldn't do it, and I wouldn't do it. I mean, and the conspiracies were mad, and the theories, I just can't. I can't have that. That's why I'd rather, if I listen to an end about murder or one, I listen to my podcast. Right, here we go. Mary knows the biz here. The subs went to AD because he didn't have permission to share them with others. Of course he didn't. They were private between him and the subs. If they wanted to share them videos, knock themselves out. But you shouldn't have to share. You don't share them with other people. I mean, that's just wrong. Dirty old man. A dirty old man, that's what he is. Disgusting. The things he's done. And that's why the Watts, that's why they don't get sympathy. Like giving him jerseys. Yeah. Of the murderer to go, for him to go with the murderer's football jersey. That's disgusting. It is disgusting. Oh, Kim, yeah, wee Summer. But that was so badly exploited as well. And it just became an absolute shit show. Now, the Daybell case, I absolutely. But you know it's not, they're not allowed to cover it. It was turned down last week. The Daybell case is not going to be for the media. The media can't get in. So we aren't going to see it. Replay. I was raging. They turned it down last week. I think so. Am I right or am I wrong? Did the judge make, was the decision made last week that it wouldn't be put on, the media was not allowed in the courtroom? Right, here we go, eBell. Yeah, I seen the news of no camera TV for Daybell. There you go. They've requested separate trials, and I hear she's no longer referred to as Mrs. Daybell. It's Miss Fallow. But replay, if there's no cameras, we won't be able to see anything then. Count me in. I watched that. It was really, really good. Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with the Watts doing that? I can understand their denial. I can too. But in my opinion, it was just to hurt the root checks and blame Shanann for that monstrous doing. I think it's the only way they can survive this is by denying it. They can never accept that their son murdered their grandchildren. And I totally believe that they don't believe that he did. Am I making sense? I totally believe that they believe that it was Shanann that killed those children. And even though he's admitted to it, he's confessed to it, and he's just such a soft cock. Like, instead of sitting them down and saying, look, stop this shit, I done it, mum and dad, leave it out, stop this. But he's a weak, he's so weak. I honestly don't know what Shanann ever saw in him. He's so weak. It would be like the Peterson case. We'll only get, yeah. Drew Peterson. Or is it Michael Peterson? Far too many bloody Petersons. Oh, Fiddle-dee. Oh, I am. Dave isn't helping the Watts. No, they're not. He's not. He's doing it for his own greedy gain. He's such a creeper. Yeah, Mary, they don't. They do not believe. They probably, to get through each day, they have to think that. Because if I thought my son killed my little grandson, even though it's hard for me to say this, that would be it. That would be it for me. That would be it. Would I make sure that he was all right? Yeah, but that would be it. There would be no conversations after that. Not for killing his 3 children. Scott Peterson. Oh, Scott Peterson, of course. There's too many Petersons. I can get that. I think to even go there, I mean, Mary, you have a son. It would break you to believe that your child could do that. But it's so... He's admitted to it. And I love my sons, but they touch my grandsons. That's it. That's it. That would be it. Now, could I say their father would feel that way? No, I can't. I can only tell you what I would feel. Nobody want Mary, you couldn't. To believe that about your child. Look at your child and think, you done that. You done that to my babies, to my grandchildren. Oh my God. Oh. You see, replay, this is what a lot of people think. Personally, I don't think she had anything to do with it. The police don't think so. I do understand why people maybe have thoughts on that. I get that. It used to be very black and white for me, but now I see that there can be a bit of grey in it, and everybody has different opinions. But the right person's in the jail, and he's never going to get out. That's him. Nobody, Mary, who would want to believe that? Who would want to believe that about your children? That your son could do that? And he is a monster. That's exactly what he is. CW killed his family, period. Whether he did it by his hands, we was aware, and let it happen. He should never seen the outside of us. No, I agree. And he did do it by his own hands, in my opinion, and the law enforcement's opinion. It was his hands that done it. He killed his babies. And Jesus, he's a cold fish. He's definitely. But after he admitted that and confessed to that in the February, he never went back on that and denied it. If he hasn't went back on that and denied it, he's such a weak softcock that he can't stand up to anybody. Replay, they would be lucky to get to the police station. Was him, I'm finished with them. And I say that about my own sons. Oh my God. Ooh. Yeah, they do, you, Belle. There's more than one Chris Watt. What you think about a many that have just wiped out their whole family. Exactly. I mean, Mary, it's so mad, these conspiracies. It's just out of hand. You know, you hear the shite. They don't believe he killed Shanann. They believe Shanann killed her girls. How did Shanann accidentally died? Really? You see, that's what annoys me about this place. It really does. Yeah. They get paralysed in a state of cognitive dissonance. An offspring of theirs would never be a killer, deflects away from their own fears of facing it. Exactly, Fiddle-dee. Perfectly stated. Because they can't face it. If they face that, their life, what they knew of it, is gone. They have to accept that the worst thing possible. I get that. I'm not saying it's right, but I get it. It's easier this way. It is easier. Of course it's easier. Well, you like soft cock, but that's what he is. He is a soft cock. And the thing back, girl, the root checks never said that you couldn't discuss the case. They know that the case is going to be discussed. Of course it's going to be discussed. But it's the disrespect, the mad conspiracies, theories, that's what needed to be stopped. Will it ever be stopped? Probably not. Probably not. Replay or Sagacious, can you drop Replay's link or Bones? Irvin, you said you would like to believe that you would turn your own kid. Yeah, you know, I have to say I know where I am in all this. Their father, different story. He would be different than me. I know he would probably be up visiting. I couldn't do that. I wouldn't want to see them again. I'd want to make sure they were all right, but no, I couldn't. The Watts are delusional. If it was my son, first thing I would ask, did you do it? Yeah. But they never wanted to ask the big questions. Jeffrey McDonnell. Mary, what's that book? I've read it. That fantastic book. The author. It won the prize, the Pulitzer Prize. That was a brilliant book. It is, Batgirl. The girl's dead. And to be ripped apart daily and channels like there is over there. It's disgraceful. But I have to say, we can't blame the channel creator totally, because there's subs that's listening to that. They want that. And Bones and Sagacious, any mods that's got a channel, please drop your own link, or get one of the one of the other mods will drop it for you. Absolutely. Are you going to bed, Replay? So will I be soon. It's getting late here. Oh, love to you too. I'll be back on Saturday, Replay. You'll maybe be up for to come up for a chat. Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, I think they kind of did, and I think he did. He mumbled, and they must have heard that confession in the February 19. Oh, Irvin, yes, certainly. Someone can drop Irvin's link. And Ginger, you can all drop each other's links. There's Big D. Big D is a channel as well. Mary, you don't have a channel. You shut yours down. They did ask, and he said I didn't. Jesus. Confessed for no reason. Shh. Oh, good night, Angela. I'm going shortly myself. No more late nights on the tubes for me. Back to work for me. Fatal vision, Mary. I knew Mary would know this. Mary loves her true crime like me. I love a bit of crime. I actually enjoy talking about true crime. Been able to have a chat back and forth. I mean, that's what brought me to YouTube, is the Watts. I met yous all through it. I met Sagacious, I met Mary, everyone, Kelly, everyone. Oh, Backer, you're not old. I'm 51. You're not as old as me. And Bones next week will be lying on the beach in the Maldives. Enjoy. Is the kids going? Or is it just you and your Mrs. Bones? Maldives, lovely. Oh, 56, you're not. Oh, well, you're a bit older than me, 5 years, but I don't feel it. I actually feel the best I've done in years. Hope I don't regret saying that. You got them all? 56 is good. Irvin's only a young pup. He's only 34. What age are you, Ginger? I think Ginger's in her late 30s, are you? Well, I'm looking forward to Halloween. This is my first Halloween. And I'm looking forward to Christmas as well. I'm sub to Irvin as well. We should all sub to each other. Oh, Mary, you're back up again. Right. Mary, Sagacious has dropped her channel. Mary, straight down the line, honest and frank, and definitely give Mary a sub. I'm glad to hear that, Mary. Because sometimes people, not everybody wants drama 24/7. They don't. Sometimes it's just nice to come up, listen to somebody having a wee chat like you do in your car. It's nice. I enjoy listening to you having a chat. I enjoy going over to Sagacious. It's not all drama, Llama. Drama's okay, and I like a bit of the drama. You get the big views with the drama. But you know what? I've always said a bit of soft drama, but not full-on drama. No. I'm too old for that shit. Oh, Nightmare, if you channel and you don't do drama, but you see, that's okay. And Mary's 67 and going strong. You see, Nightmare? Hey, Diamond Eyes, my friend. I just came on to shoot the breeze for a bit. Saying that it's getting late here. 11:20. But there's nothing wrong with not doing drama. But sometimes you get brought into the drama. Yeah, Irvin, I'm the same. I would say that's me. I like a bit of drama as long as it stays on YouTube. That's it. The real life stuff I will not do. I don't want to have anything to do with people that goes real life either. Yeah. I think we are past it. You know, it's okay to sit back and say you like the drama. Just imagine, put your name in to that. Nobody likes their name been mentioned. Let me tell you, they don't. And Craftastic is going to be doing a wee channel. Craftastic, are you up and running yet? Mary, no, you're not, are you? Of course you're going to Texas. You're going to Dallas. That's where you're going to be living, girl. Well, see, when you're doing it, you let us know. And I'll definitely promote it. And we'll all head over there and watch and give you support. I would love that. You too, Abel. Abel, I clap back. I'm not scared to clap back. If somebody calls me out and calls me a liar, I will clap back. I will defend myself. I'm not scared to defend myself either. Because sometimes you just have to on here. Otherwise, people would walk over you. Mary, my mum is 72. And she has a scrapbook when JFK died. And it's all the original newspaper clippings from that time. Everything. And it's the most fantastic thing you've seen. It's brilliant. A really large old scrapbook, and there's everything in it when JFK was shot. Oh, you're 53. You're only a baby too. We're only young. Do we know Craftastic? Could someone drop Craftastic's channel? We'll give her a wee sub. Yes. Well, she is going to Dallas. No, she's actually going to move to Dallas because her son and his fiance live in Dallas. They all live together in Florida, and he moved. Isn't that right, Mary? He moved, and you're going to be with your son and daughter-in-law. Oh, your apartment's a few miles from there. Mary, definitely. You've got to do it, girl. Thank you, Bones. You're great. Now, you're right. Can everyone else see a bell? Yes. Can you not, fiddle-dee? Fiddle-dee-dee. Fiddle-dee-dee. Are you Irish? Are you Australian? I think you're one or the other. And there's something, Nightmare said there's something wrong with my email. So I'm going to have a look at that. There's a full stop somewhere where it can't. That's true. Count me in. If we sub now, even if you haven't got content, when there is content, then yeah. You can't, Vicky. Mary, what are you whining about? Oh, you can't see, Deb. You can't see a bell here or at Barb's. Have they? Mary, you're definitely going to have to do it. Now you've said it publicly. You're going to have to do it. I'd love that. Absolutely love that. He was the first Catholic president, wasn't he, Mary? Oh, everybody in Ireland just loved JFK. He was a bit of a boyo too. Like, I mean, he wasn't perfect, let's be honest. Oh, my content, this is Bones, goes up once a week with some updates on cases. Oh, in between and 911 calls. Oh, Bones. I say, if you're starting a channel, do something that you enjoy, that you like. And if you do, you'll build your audience through that. Oh, in the doc, you just said the cross was in the wrong place on the road. Well, that could be right enough. And you're in live chat, Vicky. She hasn't blocked you. I bet if you blocked a lot of people. You always wave, Dave. But for the longest time, there was somebody that I couldn't see and they couldn't see me. And I reset. And we could see each other then. We hadn't each other blocked either. Now, I have so many people on Google Block, you would not believe. I am the best Google blocker you'll ever see. But there's a problem with that. If you Google block and then they come into your channel, you can't see them. So they can be chatting away and you don't see them in your chat. So it's not maybe a good thing either. Oh, it was to do with Google Block. Good night, Kim. Well, I'm actually going to say good night because now I'm back at my good work. I can't stay up late anymore. I've got to go to my bed. No more late nights for me. Mary, what are you talking? You've hundreds in what blog? See, I've missed this. I'm missing this here. But I'll be back on Saturday at the normal time. It's 9:15 my time, so I don't really know what time that is wherever you are in the world. But hopefully I'll see all you lovely people back then. Oh, you've blocked hundreds, sure. Right, yeah. I'm maybe not at the 100, but I'm not far off it. Because one night I just went into a chat and I just went block. Good night, Nightmare. Good night, everybody. I'm going to say good night now. Thank you so much. Had a great chat with you. JD and Sagacious are too nosy to Google block anybody. Yep. They want to see what's all going on. But my motto is, if I don't see it, it won't hurt me. But anyway, I'm going to see you Saturday. Keep an eye out for some clips if I've got time. Thank you for modding, Bones, Sagacious, Ginger, Sagacious. And I'll see you next Saturday. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, everyone. Good night.